Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if there is no Valentining going on in your life with someone else, then I hope you're being your own Valentine. I think the universe has given all of us a Valentine's Day gift because the energies have finally leveled out. Feeling good now. We'll see how long that lasts. I say that because the last several weeks, Mars has been in Aries and has been responsible for all of this ego reaction business. And the last couple of days, last week, it has gotten really heightened as it completed its transit. And today, Mars moved right into Taurus. 0 degrees Taurus, and it is giving us all a nice breath of fresh air. So I hope you're feeling that for Valentine's. And that's your short energy update. Boy, Mars is moving in through Taurus, so that will now we'll all be looking at how we relate with desires in our life, the earth, relationships, our pleasures, material things. So that'll be an interesting focus. But anyway, February, Valentine's. So I thought this would be a great February focus and talk about relating, how we relate in several different areas of our life. So the first thing, let's talk about relating and the relationship. What does that mean, or relating? It means that in a relationship, there is a subject and there's an object and the relationship between the two. So in this math equation, 1 + 1 = 3. The subject, the object, and the relationship between the two. That's divine mathematics. And in this subject-object perspective, this subject-object relationship is the human ego perspective way of viewing things. There's me, the subject, and everything else, the other. Well, here's before we look at any relationships in our life, we have to know this. And I know you know this, but there is no other. Right? Now, I know you're all saying, yeah, we know this. We're all one. We're all one. I get it. And I know you get it. But I think sometimes when people say, oh, I know we're all one, namaste, my divineness honors your divineness, I honor your journey, you do your own thing, and I'll do mine. That kind of, we're all one, and I'm here to do my journey, but I honor your individual journey. You do your thing, and I'll do mine. That's sort of sometimes what I think people say we're all one. They don't quite get how one we are, and that there really is no other. Meaning, we are not just oneness. We are a singular unit. There is only one being. If we are all consciousness, we are all the same consciousness. So the divine in me is the same as the divine in you, and I know you get this. But we are the same being appearing as separate other beings. So my point in saying all of this is that in looking at your relationships, the things in your environment, everything, everything is relationship, whether it be the plant, the tree, the bird, or people in your life, or situations. If you can step back and look at that and say, oh, first realizing you are consciousness, right? You are not this personality. You are appearing as this personality. I am consciousness appearing as this personality, this being with this look, with this name, but I am consciousness appearing as this. So if you were, when you look at all the things in your life, and if you step back and you said, oh, that's consciousness appearing as a bird, that's consciousness appearing as a mess in my garage, or that's consciousness appearing as my friend Mary. This is consciousness appearing as a conflict in my life. And it's the same consciousness that I am. Then you immediately get the message. You get that you are not separate, that the consciousness that you are must have created that or attracted that into your life, and there's a message for you. So everything, your pets, the animals around you, that's consciousness, that's me appearing as this other, reflecting back exactly where I'm either on the mark, in alignment with the single being that we are, or I'm way out of alignment. Okay? So that's really a wonderful way to look at all relationships in your life. Okay, so from my consciousness to yours, from me to me, let's look at the rest of the stuff. So here are things to contemplate. And look, I'm sharing this with you because this is what I've been going through, looking at all the different, how I relate to things in my life. It says a lot. There's a lot of deep meaning behind these things in your life. So let's begin. Relationship with your environment. Well, your personal space, your home, where you live, all the things that you fill up your home with, this space is going to be reflecting to you so much, and how you relate with it. Look at your environment and the things that you have there. You know, do you live alone? Do you live with people? Crowded city, often the woods somewhere. Do you isolate yourself? All of these things, look at it. Are these things that you value? Most likely your personal space, you're going to fill it with things that make you feel good, or hopefully are in alignment with your inner truth. So you can look at something. So if you really value your alone time, and you value nature and animals most importantly, and then all of a sudden ego comes along and says, oh, but you need a relationship. It's time to get a relationship. You got to look. And then you have to go, do I really? Or is ego just distracting me? Okay, so these are things you can kind of glean from your environment. You can also glean from your environment, oh, well, I have that stuff that I bought, that project that I started, all these things that I bought that they're sitting in the corner I'm not doing anything with. Boy, that was me trying to become something that all these unfinished projects, they have something to tell you. Where you can see where you were, like myself, getting all, taking all kinds of classes, buying things in the past, because I thought, oh, I've got to become this, I've got to do this. And I have all these like things around that I never use because I was listening to ego telling me I needed to become something. And I really didn't want to. Okay, so your environment, all these unfinished projects, but also the things that you value. And these things that you value that bring you joy, that's around in your environment, they really give you clues or hints to the higher purpose of your life. And I use that word purpose very gently, because I really don't feel that there is an ultimate purpose to your life. Every message that I have received is that your every day, your every moment, everything is purpose. The purpose of your life is to learn to properly relate to those things in your life, knowing that you are consciousness. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought. But you hear what I'm saying. So you can really look at your environment and see, wow, here are clues to my higher purpose or what I really value. And why do I keep reaching out to all these other things when the answers are right here? And your home will also tell you all of the subconscious or unconscious programming that you've got going on. Okay. All right. Your relationship to the collective ego. Are you still clinging to trying to become something that the normal people want you to become? Oh, enough of that. Let it go. I know, easier said than done. But, do you think you need a relationship, but you really want to be alone? Is your ego making you feel guilty for living a certain way? Just look at that. See where the collective ego keeps drawing you in and making you feel guilty for not being what it wants you to be. And this is particularly a trappy subject when it comes to group consciousness, the spiritual community, or a group that you're involved in within the spiritual community. This is such a trap. I deal with it on my own. I'm in a group and I find myself getting all worked up about not becoming something that I think this group wants me to become, or I'm supposed to, so I feel guilty for not measuring up to all the other people in the group standards, right? Or I sign up for all these classes and all these things because I think, well, I'm in this group, I need to do it. And it just, even the spiritual groups come with pitfalls. So look at that. Are you trying to live a certain way? Have you created an image of yourself? I'm spiritual. I'm supposed to be all perfect and good, and I can't swear or I can't eat that. Look at that. That's your relationship to the collective ego. See, spiritual groups have egos as well. Okay. Your relationship to spirit, helpers, guides. This is also a big one. Do you see your guides and helpers as higher than yourself? Do you give your power away? When that's all ego stuff in you. The ego saying, oh, well, your higher self is higher than you. You have a higher and a lower nature. This is not true at all, right? In this oneness, in this singular unit, there is no hierarchy. Everything is of equal value. Everything from the cockroach to the ascended master has the same value. So if you are interacting with spirit, higher self, and you are unconsciously kind of, oh, higher self, saying that this is your higher self, which is better than your lower human nature, then you've got a problem. Or when you're giving your power away, like you have a feeling, you kind of know something, and yet you're still going to ask your guides whether you should do it or not. Your relationship is out of balance. And here's what I know, that your ego's answering you in those situations because your helpers and your guides not very often will not respond to ego inquiry or when you've given your power away. They can't. Only when you approach from harmonious perspective can they really respond to you, okay? They cannot often, of course there's always exceptions, but they won't interact with an ego asking questions. So in the spiritual world, don't give your power away. Don't think someone, a being is higher or better to you. Everything's equal. You must value yourself. If you already know the answers or have a feeling, don't devalue it. What else? I think that's it on the spiritual level for now. Yes? Okay. And then relationship with your body. Ooh, this is a big one. So your body, like your environment, has a big story to tell. Now, I will say that the body will have a bigger story to tell you if you live alone. If you're more of an isolated person, then your body is going to be a reflection of all of your unconscious self-sabotage programs through illnesses. So if you have illnesses, it's your body talking. Because if you don't have people in your life, consistent relationships like a husband, wife, to reflect back to you, to get in arguments with you and conflicts, then your body is playing that role. So and this is what's happened to me. My body has had to be my partner to tell me, to show me through illnesses and sicknesses and pain, where I'm out of alignment, where I'm not following my inner truth. So if you have long-standing illnesses, you probably need to look at that. But if you have people in your life or you're constantly connecting with people, then the relationships are going to be your mirror. Of course, we know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But look at your relationship with your body. Do you unconsciously devalue your body, your quote-unquote lower nature? Even things like your elimination. Do you look down on that? Say it's dirty. Do you think your sexual desires are dirty? All these, any kind of devaluing anything about the human body and its functions is separating you and moving you out of alignment. What else? Just lost my train of thought. Do you value thinking over your emotional body? When you get upset, do you put yourself down? Okay? So your relationship with your body is very important. Now, the body, the cells, and that the atomic structure functions in cosmic consciousness. And this is where kinesiology comes in. So if you are in alignment with life and your soul's purpose, in alignment with your contract, I guess, then your body is going to be strong, healthy, everything's good. So if you're having illnesses, consistent illnesses, then this is showing you everything you're doing is out of alignment. Everything, you're out of alignment, out of alignment, out of alignment. You can't get a bigger message. You got to just stop looking outside of yourself, okay? And also, every time, so when you're out of alignment, not in harmony with the one, this singular unit, then what happens is in kinesiology, your muscles start to weaken. Everything in your body weakens. And so you may be stumbling, spraining an ankle, tripping, dropping things. These things, your body is giving you an instant message. And if you don't get the message right then and there, then it's going to keep happening. Okay? If you continue down that path, then you get sicker and sicker, or that ache won't go away. For example, I was really frustrated a couple months ago, and I said, that's it. I'm giving up on this journey, and I'm going to go do this business. And it was instantaneously. I said, I'm done, and I'm going to open this business. I'm just going to do something completely different. And in that very moment, I sprained my ankle. I was out of alignment, right? And it's so funny in my life, the less I do, the healthier I become. And it's things even with these videos. I suspect these are not really perhaps totally on my purpose path. And I get a little physically, right? And I can tell the less I do, the healthier I become. And that shows me that when we're really here to do a lot less than we keep trying to force ourselves to do. And I read a great line in the I Ching. It just is sticking with me. And it says, I really want everybody to hear this. When you no longer have anywhere to go, ... there you are. The moment you give up trying to go anywhere in life rather than right here, right now, everything's going to fall into place. And even when we're trying to be present in life, we are constantly thinking about, oh, I can take this course, and I can learn past life regression. I can be a Reiki healer. You're not being present. You could be sitting still or doing the dishes, and there's this constant tension in your life. I gotta become. No. All of that has to go away. When there's no longer any place for you to go, you let all of it go. There you are. You are in total alignment. When and if you are meant to go someplace, this singular unit that you are will always take care of you and move you without you doing anything into all the right situations that you're supposed to be. Without illness, without stumbling, without resistance, okay? The singular being that we are will always take care of you, even if you're doing nothing, okay? If that's what the being that we are needs from you, then do that. So if you're struggling with health issues, or lots of relationship conflicts, the universe is telling you you are out of alignment. And stop trying to go anywhere. And man, what a load that takes off your back. So I hope this was enlightening. I meant illuminating. So February focus. Look at your relationships and see how you relate. Remember, this is consciousness appearing as you. So from me to me, from my consciousness to yours, I hope you have a wonderful rest of February and happy Valentine's Day.